Welcome back to Kentucky Sports Television. Now, the future, of course, looks very bright for the UK basketball team as they get set to welcome in the nation's #1 recruiting class, maybe the best in college basketball history. But the following year, they've already have the best player in that class as well. It's Karl Towns. He joins us now on Skype again. Karl, thank you for taking some time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this season is concluded, of course. You averaged 20.6 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. You won the non-public championship. Can you take us through your development this season? Since we talked to you last, it's been almost a full year. How'd you progress as a basketball player?
All I did really was just utilize my low post game. A lot of people forgot that I have the low post game. They see so much of the 3-point game and the outside. Thanks to Coach Calipari and Coach Dale Harris and the whole Dominican team, I was able to utilize my game even better this year than last year.
Now, over the weekend, of course, you were at the Nike World Summit. You're on the Nike Hoop Summit. You're on the world team. Can you take us through that event? Like you said, you've played a lot of international basketball, but how is this different and maybe getting to interact with some of the guys heading to UK next season?
It was just a big difference because, the Nike Hoop Summit, if you thought it was an all-star game, this was a full-blown game. We came together because for one reason, that was the one for the world team. We came together just really well on the trip together. The chemistry was there. It was a lot different from a lot of other events because this game was taken very seriously, and we just wanted to win and give us a different perspective of basketball, playing on the Trailblazers court, able to practice for a week. It felt like a short little Dominican tour, but it was a great thing.
Was there anybody of the guys heading to Kentucky next year that you came away really impressed with, or somebody you're looking forward to watch, maybe as a UK fan next season?
I was really impressed with Julius Randle. Julius Randle really is a big guy, and he has a lot of versatility. Has a nice little sweet left-hand jump shot, which really disorients a lot of people. And I think the Harrison twins are just a very great combo guards. They just really have a lot of versatility with their game. Put some strength on. They can even play a little low post on a little smaller guard. Really showed how versatile he really can be. He can play 5'4", and with his quickness, he really can play 3.
Now, the big story, I think, maybe off the court was that you had a very high-profile roommate, Andrew Wiggins. What is he like off the court as a roommate? I mean, everybody has bad roommate stories from college. Is he a good roommate? What was it like spending time with him?
He was an excellent roommate. He's probably one of my favorite roommates of all time. Me and Wiggy, we really became good friends, and we just enjoyed the time we had with each other. We really just enjoyed being in Portland and Oregon. We enjoyed having each other's company, and it was just different. I think Andrew was really comfortable with me, and we were both comfortable with each other, and ended up having a great relationship, and we ended up becoming great friends.
Now, if things went as projected, if he ended up coming to UK, you guys probably wouldn't play together. He's expected to only be there 1 year. But did you guys talk about Kentucky at all? Did you guys talk about his college decision coming up?
I never really did. I let Andrew be Andrew. He's probably had so much pressure on him all 2 weeks with the Jordan game and the McDonald's game. There's no reason to put extra pressure on him. There's no reason to even bring up the question for them. So I just let him enjoy his trip. I came down there for the trip to get the job done. He came to get the job done. There's no reason to add some extra work to it. So Andrew, me and Andrew, we just chilled up. I wasn't there to go recruit Andrew. I was there to go play.
It's safe to say that you'd be happy if you committed to Kentucky, though, right? I think you're.
If he picks Kentucky, but like I told Andrew, whatever school he picks is going to be a very lucky school because he's he's once in a generation lifetime of the talent.
Now, that group, even without Andrew Wiggins, they're talking a lot at the McDonald's game about national championship. That's the goal next season. And when you arrive on campus, that'll likely be the goal, another great class. This season, though, was kind of a disappointment in terms of what the preseason expectations were. As a player and as a guy, I know you pride yourself on being a leader. What lessons can you learn from this past season at UK, you think, that better prepare you for when you get to college?
It just shows you how much a leader is really worth. Last year we had Miller, the sixth man as a senior, but with his leadership, UK really became that well-rounded team that won the national championship. So it just shows you how much of a leader you really do need. It was this year we had a different group of guys with a lot of freshmen. The leadership really wasn't really there. And that comes out. People said that Kentucky didn't work hard with a leader. He would make them work harder. They seem a little disorganized. A leader would make them organized. So they were just lacking a little leadership this year. It was a little down year for Kentucky standards. A lot of people, would be fine just making the tournament, but for Kentucky standards, that's very low. And I think next year we'll have a great year, and I could honestly see a banner being put up.
Now, this summer, what are the things you're going to work on to improve your game, which has already grown so much over the last several years?
Really, I just want to just as I could be. I just want to really work on everything from my skills to my physical traits to my mental traits to everything, and that just comes with a lot more experience with this summer and just utilizing everything I have and just working on everything I have in the gym.
Now, we asked some people on Facebook, the fans of the show, if they wanted to ask questions of you. David Payne had a question. It said, what do you want your legacy to be at Kentucky, or how do you want people really to think about Karl Towns when they see you play? What do you want them to say?
To be the greatest Wildcat who ever lived. That's always your aspiration. I want to be the greatest Wildcat who ever lived. My initials are Cat, so I might as well just become a very good Wildcat. So.
I like that. Not putting the standards too high, right? I mean, we talked last time, you're like a great golfer. You have like the best
right.
GPA. You are good at everything you do, so fair enough, I guess, to set it high. The other one came from Brian Feathers. He wanted to know, in the 2014 class, what players are out there that maybe you want to recruit to come to Kentucky, or guys that you're looking at to join you?
I'm not going to recruit, but, I would like some players I would probably like. I wouldn't mind working with Jalil Okafor. He's one of my good friends, too. I wouldn't mind working with him. That could be a very great Twin Towers set. And put that with, I think, in my essence, he's a Rondo V2 with Tyus Jones. I think we could really become an unstoppable team. But hopefully he comes to Dante Exum from my world team from Australia. He's such a great talent, great athletic ability, very fast, probably beats anyone on the floor. So, it's just one of those things that I hope that he could come and play with me in Kentucky, and we could really utilize this game we have with the Hoop Summit and just take it farther.
You say you're not going to recruit. Sounds like you've been scouting, though. That was a pretty impressive scouting report on those guys. Karl, thank you very much for joining us. Always enjoy talking with you, and look forward to maybe catching up with you this summer and checking out some of the stuff you're doing playing basketball over the summer.
Thank you so much for having me.